I'm Barbara Gray, and here's a tweet from July 3rd, 2012. My office smells like jizz and fried chicken. Someone celebrating early.
Your brand has been strong for so long.
Yes, it certainly has. Office strong or not.
I'm Brandy Posey, and hi, Hollywood, I got a pitch for you. Pinocchio, but about a dildo that becomes a real severed dick.
Oh, shit.
We'll call it Pinocchio.
Oh, I wasn't expecting the name, too. That's
Stressful.
fucking great.
Yeah.
I mean, that just made me think how many people want to sit on Pinocchio's face.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm Des Parker, and being dumb seems pretty chill.
And this is Lady to Lady.
Can you keep a secret?
Neither can we.
Hello! We got Barbara, Brandy, and of course Big Tess. We got a show for everyone that's the fucking best. Come on, baby, it's time to hang out with your favorite ladies. Ladies and ladies, ladies and ladies.
God, welcome everyone.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. We're tired. Reaching back to old tweets.
I feel
That's
like
what's
we're
going
always
on.
tired.
No, but I think, well, I don't know. Anyway,
We're extra tired.
especially.
When we record during the week, which a little peek behind the curtain, we are currently because our schedules are a little bit crazy.
Yes.
We're pulling it out right now, you guys.
Yeah.
So if you,
But not in a creepy way.
yeah.
Yes.
So if you want all of our podcasts to be as great as our weekend podcast, so make it so we can't have day jobs. Patreon.com
Patreon
lady to lady.
We just introduced a bunch of new tiers. If you do $2 a month, you can get ad-free episodes. We've got all this awesome shit going on over there. Bonus episodes, bonus segments,
Boners.
boner
Yeah.
segments, but brand density. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of true, actually.
Our brand is
Anyway, go
like
over
our
there.
breasts, very dense.
No, but seriously,
Yeah.
it's really awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
$20, we're going to have either a Slack or some...
Or Discord.
We have a
or
Slack channel.
A Slack
Yes.
channel,
So
yeah.
you can jump on that with us and other listeners and
Yes.
talk about
Talk
Danny
some
DeVito.
Talk
I already
some
have
man
some
trash.
questions. Honestly, I already thought of some questions to ask you guys on Slack. So please join so that I
You're
can
planning
ask
on
you.
asking them questions?
Oh, am I not allowed to?
No, you
of course.
should.
Can I just ask it?
Yeah.
Okay, this is just a question. It's so boring. I'm going to bail. Should I just say it?
This is the build up for this is
Nope.
like,
Guys, go on
yes.
Patreon to know how boring this question
yeah,
is.
Yeah,
I have a really boring question waiting for you.
top secret session on
Top
Friday.
secret top boring session every Friday.
Let's get our guest on.
Jesus Christ.
She's one of the hosts of the Hollywood True Crime podcast, Rachel Fisher.
Hi.
Hey.
It's Hollywood crime scene.
Oh, sorry.
You know what? That's fine. I just wanted to make sure, like,
Hollywood
people
crime
know what
scene.
to
Yes,
search
Hollywood
for.
crime
Yeah,
scene.
that's
Thank
all.
you. Sorry.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
It's
We're tired
Wednesday.
if we-
It is Wednesday.
It's been a day.
Yes. Rachel, what's your favorite Hollywood crime? Do you have one?
Oh God. You know, I guess probably at the end of the day, it's Tonya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan.
That's a good one.
Because I was like a 8-year-old child when that was all going down, and
Yeah.
I was living for it. Like that was
Yeah.
like the first news story I remember just being like obsessed with and
Yep.
captivated with. Like
Yeah.
I
For sure.
watched all that shit go down live as it was happening.
Yeah.
I was like the only time I was ever really into the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
It was like fun and drama and crazy and what's gonna happen next.
And what
to
did the Olympics to get in on?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
all boring after that.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was like
That's what I
how
want
could you
out of
ever
it.
follow that up?
right.
Yeah.
You can't follow that up.
Hey, there was the whole like Canadian scandal or whatever the fuck. Was that a thing?
Well, the fact that you're saying whatever the fuck, and we know that someone named Jeff Gulele took a
Right, come on.
It's
Come on.
not funny.
Jeff Galooly.
Jeff Gulele.
It was like every single character was like out of a Coen Brothers movie. Like it was just too
Truly.
perfect.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
Were you an I, Tonya fan?
Oh, totally.
Yeah, it's a
great
Yeah.
movie.
And I love Margot
Amazing
Robbie.
movie.
I think she's great.
And she killed it
Allison
in that
Janney is my
movie.
favorite actress ever.
And Allison Janney.
Yeah.
The
She's
performances
amazing.
are so good in that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
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 And it was like they did such a good job of like, I don't know. Again, I'm about the same age, and like having lived through it as a kid and then watching it as an
Yeah.
adult was so revelatory because it was like you realized that you remembered things wrong.
Totally.
Yeah. And the way the media portrayed all of it, too.
Yeah.
Where you were like,
Yeah.
oh, wow. No.
We did our episode of Hollywood Crime Scene. It was like we did an episode of Tonya and Nancy when we first started the show. So it was like, I don't know, episode 8 or something. And this is like a few months before the movie came out. And like I was always kind of team Tonya because I felt like she was the underdog and like there was like so much like classism and sexism like
Totally.
in the media, like the way that whole thing went down.
I appreciate that you went straight for Tonya.
Yeah. Like, and I love an underdog and I love someone who's like, you know, torn apart by the press. That's part of why I love Britney so much and I like relate to her so much. And not that I've ever been torn apart by the press, but like, you know, it's like you want to root for those people who have been like wrongly like, anyway. So we did that. And then it was really cool to see how Tonya sort of got to have like her real story be told to people who like didn't know who she was always like,
she got a bit of a redemption.
like, oh, she's a crazy white trash bitch. Like that was the narrative. Like she was this big joke. And then it was like, here's the real story.
Well, yeah. And it's also like, this is what being raised like this looks like the reality of what that life is. Like you can have zero empathy, or you can take a moment and have empathy for a person and be like, okay, like I don't agree with your actions, but like I understand how you got there.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's about getting the full picture.
Yeah.
And seeing all
We
of
tried to get Tanya on the podcast.
Yeah,
and
poor
Did.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we
Portland.
did.
She lives in Oregon.
I feel a little like dissed. Like, are we not good enough for Tonya Harding?
It was pretty close. It was like right before the movie was coming out.
She was
So I
probably
think
doing
she had
events.
bigger fish
Yeah.
to fry, unfortunately, at that moment.
Right.
She had a bunch going on.
Should probably do it now.
Yeah, we could probably get her now.
I think we can get Tanya. If you're listening,
I hope you are.
come on through.
I would love it.
Yeah, you have to come to us this time, but we're here.
Yeah.
I think my favorite Hollywood crime is every time a tourist lays down on Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh, next to one of the stars.
Next to a star.
It is.
Jesus Christ.
Whenever I see it, I'm like, nope.
It's soul crushing.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, I used to live right by. There's so much about the story that's sad.
We got boring questions. We got sad stories. We're good this week. Hell yeah.
So right after I turned 30, I taught myself how to skateboard.
That's where it starts.
And like I wasn't good enough. I lived in Hollywood and I wasn't good enough to just be out skateboarding in the day. So I would go out at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Like you're a ninja training.
Fucking awesome.
And I would just skateboard down Hollywood Boulevard. And it was some of the best people watching of my life.
That sounds super fun.
Truly.
There was so much stimulation that it was actually very relaxing.
Oh, yeah.
But also my little like run would go right past the goddamn Greyhound station.
Where's that?
It's right there on Cahuenga.
Oh, fuck.
Right above Hollywood Boulevard. And I mean, that is really where you can see dreams start to die.
Yeah, that's really rough.
You see them, be born and die all in the same
All in the same
moment.
night. Yeah.
My favorite is like the tourists that you see on Hollywood Boulevard and just like this look on their face like, oh, this place is a fucking dump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're just like in utter shock that like everything smells awful.
Yeah.
Everything smells like pee and it's
Once
just gross.
Pikachu has grabbed their ass. They're like, well, I guess we're here.
Oh, yeah, those
this.
like costumes are just so dirty.
Yeah.
and
So
old.
gross.
That is one of my favorite documentaries.
I don't think that's a
Yeah.
good documentary.
Really?
I think
I
it's
love
very
it.
poorly made.
Controversial.
I don't know. I just watched it and was like, I don't know. I thought it was okay.
I thought it was fascinating.
One time I hiked Runyon and the Superman from Hollywood Boulevard's neighbors were walking in front of me and they bitched about him the entire way up.
Oh, see, I find him to be like a Tonya Harding.
Yeah, he's definitely got that
Not
vibe.
even.
I don't think he's like a bad person or
No, no,
something.
no.
It's a tragic like story.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I didn't think it was just
Yeah.
good.
Being his neighbor seems like a real pain in the ass, though. I will
Yeah, I
say
could
that. They
see
were
What
like,
a fun hike.
yeah. I know. I was like,
Best hike ever.
well, and they were hiking slowly, and I was like, well, I guess I'm just gonna have one of these hikes, a real slow pace,
Little
just gonna
eavesdrop
stay behind you the whole time. Felt great.
My best instance of that happening was my sister and I. One year, our dad, and we were like both in our 20s. And one year, our dad got us both season passes to Disneyland for Christmas.
Nice.
And we were like, okay, cool. Like, yeah.
Great. Nice
And
present.
so, cool. So we would just like meet at Disneyland periodically. She lived in San Diego and I lived here. And this bitch We were supposed to meet at Disneyland. I drive to Disneyland. I park. I'm like, where are you? She's like, I'm so sorry. I have finals. I can't come. Oh my God. And I had already like driven to Disneyland by myself. So I was like, okay. So I just like, I'm going to make the most of this and go to Disneyland alone, I guess. So I put in some headphones. Yeah. And I'm just walking to Disneyland alone. And these two moms in front of me are talking about it's Christmas time at Disneyland. And these two moms are talking about sharing like gnarly anal sex stories.
Yes.
They look back at me and they're like, oh my God, someone's behind us. And then they go, she has headphones and she can't hear. And then they just kept going.
Yes.
Oh, that is amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is why I love an unplugged headphone all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
My headphones are rarely on if you see me out in public with them. I'm usually just listening to people around me, but I don't want to be spoken to.
Last time I was on a plane, like this guy got thrown off because he was drunk, and I was right next. It was to the
Wait, what do
left
you
of
mean
me
before you left?
before we left.
No, they
yeah.
threw him out of the door.
Yeah,
30,000 feet in the air. Barbara watched The Murderer Man. Southwest just fuck you up.
yeah. They're not fucking around anymore. No, I didn't like see what was going on before him, but apparently they asked him to leave like before we left.
Whoa.
And then I heard the women talking about it, and it was just so funny because I was so obvious because they were talking about it so quietly that I had to take my earbuds out to listen, and I was it was just so apparent what I was doing.
You just stretch here.
I have no I'm like, just tell me. I should have just asked them. Everyone wants to be in on that shit, right?
Excuse me, I hear you're speaking quietly. I would like to hear what's happening. Thank you so
but
much.
apparently there was 2 aisle seats, and he like asked a woman to switch with her, even though they were the same seat. Basically, he was like, and she was like, "Why do you want to do this?" And he was like slurring his words and talking to himself and stuff. And then I guess that they'd caught wind of it and like,
You can get kicked off a plane for that?
yes, for being too drunk. Yeah,
Oh. I mean, yeah.
definitely.
Did you guys just see that? Did you guys just see, there's a story about a guy that just got banned from like all the airlines because he had been flying on airlines and is like a big guy, and he would go in the bathroom and then he would knock and make the stewardesses come and wipe him because he couldn't reach.
Yes.
And then he'd be like, I'm just gonna stay in here if you won't do it. So he was holding them
What?
hostages, and he got banned from every airline. Yeah,
Yeah, I heard that one.
yeah.
heard
Was
that
it
one.
true, or did he just have a weird fetish?
Well,
I think he had a weird fetish,
yeah,
right?
It sounds like it.
he kept he kept just saying, deeper, deeper.
I gotta go.
I can never use an airline bathroom again.
Well, he's now he has to take bots. So
Oh my
Yo, yeah, where is he?
I know.
Right.
Where is
Can't
this
go
man?
anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah,
We
just-
should have let him fly. He's probably in like Studio City now.
I know. I know. I would have been like, stay in the fucking bathroom then. Like,
Right.
we'll get a cop to pull you out once we
I'm
get
so
there.
disturbed.
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault.
But
I'm just-
wiping
Yeah.
hostages.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Yeah. I would have just like honestly just like sprayed all of the sodas at him. Be like, well, this is how we clean you then. You know?
just
Yeah.
like the shit that fucking flight attendants have to put up with. I can't
Yeah.
imagine
What a nightmare.
what
Yeah.
it must be. You can't
Yeah.
get away.
Yeah.
It's not like you're in a
No.
coffee shop where someone like you could like maybe go to the back and never come out again. Like
Right. You can't even go out for a cigarette.
there's literally
No.
Yeah.
no escape from these fucking people.
Well, and like your butt is like eye
Yeah.
level the whole job.
Yeah.
Your whole job.
Oh,
Yeah.
And like all the pervs, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Potential segment idea. If you are a listener who has a rant and are aggravated about a moment of your job and you would like to have it read anonymously, we have any flight attendants that want to get something off their chests?
Please.
I think we would read it out loud.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would love to
Yeah.
hear those
If,
stories.
if we don't get one of those, we'll just read one of those nice letters to the editor in Southwest Magazine.
Yeah, exactly.
If no one wants to rant, we'll read those as though
man.
they're one of the rants.
As
And
a
they're like,
blackmail
they're like,
until
thank you,
send-
Nancy, for your help. Thank you for the extra crackers on my flight. Or whatever.
It's always like a bummer at that point in the flight where you're like, well, everything's dead. I guess I'll just read the Southwest
I kinda love
magazine. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss Sky Mall.
Sky Mall was very
I do miss
soothing.
Sky Mall.
Oh my God,
It
I
was
miss
it.
all the like weird religious jewelry in the back and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Like
all the weird like gnome stuff.
yeah, the
for-
gnome.
Yeah.
It was like such a journey reading that. Like it would start off with all the like high tech stuff, and then it would get into the weird garden gnome stuff, and then suddenly it would be like Jesus is Lord,
Yeah.
and like it was just like I loved it.
All stages of your life.
It was
I
all
really
stages of
miss
your
it.
life.
I remember
loved
there
it.
was like an igloo that you could put in your pool that I always really wanted.
Do you guys remember this one was in like everyone for years? There was the one pillow that was like a triangle that you should put on
Yep.
your
Yep.
whatever table. Yeah. But the guy, if you looked at the guy's finger, his fingernail was like 3 inches long. It was like this nasty.
Oh, get that one
and it was
Coke
and I would
finger.
always look for it, and I was like, it was always the same photo.
As if like it would change it. Like, hold up, we gotta edit this. We saw the nail.
I do miss Sky Mall. I want
Yeah.
to like.
I love that
hold
magazine.
on, still on this guy. So
What? Yeah. What about him?
So his whole job was sticking his head in a pillow,
Yeah.
and putting his hand around it, and he couldn't be bothered to trim his nail.
No.
I also love that that photographer was like, who gives a shit?
I mean, I've been to so many shoots where they're like, "Do you mind if we tweeze off all your eyebrows?" Right.
Yeah, right. I'm just gonna start taking that photo to shoots to be like, this man was also paid. So how about you let me?
You can't because it doesn't exist anymore. Sky Mall's gonna become one of those things in the like zeitgeist that we're like, did it happen?
Yeah.
You know,
totally.
it is digital only. I will say that.
It is online still.
Oh, okay.
There's
But
Well,
already-
that just
It's
who's
not worth
logging
it.
in to look at Sky Mall?
Right. I always wondered who even
I'm on it
ordered
right
stuff
now.
from Sky Mall. Like people must have. it was in business
it's
for so
very
long.
expendable
Yeah.
income uncles. That's all I can like think of.
But was it people who were like use the phone on the plane? Like I have to order this right now.
I think there always a way that you could only buy Sky Mall stuff. I think you were able to use your credit card to buy Sky Mall stuff.
No, maybe at one
Whoa,
point, but
maybe.
I think it was just like any catalog where it's like, oh,
Right.
you'll order this like later with a number.
I mean, that's wild because I can definitely see people like impulse shopping on a plane.
Right,
But
'cause
to
they're
like
bored.
follow through
Yeah.
when you land, that is bonkers.
yeah, what was
Right.
the point before like Wi-Fi and stuff? What was the deal? What happened? How did it work?
I have no idea. I don't know anyone. I've never met anyone in my life who's ordered something from Sky Mall.
Neither have I.
No.
Yeah, I equate it to Sharper Image, which
Totally.
my
Yeah.
grandmother used to order
Yes.
things from,
Yeah,
but not
But that was like a brick and mortar store.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sharper Image was very interactive.
right.
You
You
could
Right.
go use the massage
yeah, you were
chairs.
just looking at
Right.
the picture of
Yeah.
They had like hideous art at Sky Mall too. Like,
Oh yeah.
really
yeah.
bad sculptures. Like
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. There's a bronze Bigfoot
the
that
bronze.
I remember the bronze
I
Bigfoot.
always had my eye on that thing. Like,
Who was the buyer for Sky Mall?
just I mean, the guy with the Coke nail.
Yeah, it's just one dude.
It's just him. That's why he got through. That's why the photo got through. We leave it in the shot.
They're gonna love this. They're gonna love it.
That's the king of Sky Mall. You don't say shit to him. I left like various diaries in the back of things by
Oh,
accident, and I never wrote this bit, but like I was gonna write a joke about how like someone could read that and confuse it for Sky Mall, like my ex-boyfriends were. You know, there's a bit that never happened, but
Just things nobody wants.
you're
but here
welcome,
you go.
everybody.
It still happened.
But yeah, like I'm sure someone found those diaries and was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
How much would you guys, if you guys found a diary, how long do you think you would read it?
I mean, it depends on how interesting it is.
I probably.
I mean, before feeling guilty, before losing
Yeah.
interest.
I wouldn't
Before
feel
feeling
guilty.
guilty.
I wouldn't feel
You
guilty.
If I
wouldn't?
didn't know
No.
the person, I don't think I'd feel that bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I would read much of it.
If I knew the person, I would feel guilty immediately. If I didn't
Yeah.
know the person, I'd be so excited.
Okay.
I'll say
Yeah.
this: if there was no way to get it back to them, I would feel no guilt whatsoever.
Right.
That's
Like-
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
If
if
it was
their
like,
info was on the inside, I wouldn't look at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if it was like some anonymous thing of someone I'll never meet, I don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
I'd
That
feel
sounds fun.
weird.
right,
Yeah.
exactly.
for
and
sure.
a totally anonymous thing.
I have no interest in reading anything of someone that I know, though. It's terrifying.
No,
No.
I've never looked in Sean's notebook.
Not
No.
even his like comedy notebook.
No, especially not his comedy notebook.
I know, it's so weird. It's so private.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a snooper. I don't get people
Me
who
either.
like really want to snoop.
like
it's like
that.
I don't want to know. I
I
don't want
used to be, and
Yeah.
I've learned my lesson. I'll say that.
Oh. What year did you learn your lesson?
About 10 years ago. I've talked about it on here before, but nothing happened. But when I was dating Josh, I looked up. He was like taking a shower, and I realized he was still signed in. And I looked up my name on his emails.
Oh my God.
And then he came out, and I had forgotten to erase it.
That's so funny.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
Oh boy! All right, we're all gonna read each other's diaries. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, we rebooted our Patreon
Oh my
page.
God, we're so excited.
We're so excited. If you are hearing this on today, Wednesday the 8th, if you are a $10 or above patron, you can watch our live stream tonight at 7 p.m. PST time.
Yes.
On the Patreon page. We're going to be hanging out, talking to you, taking your guys' questions, farting, squirting.
We'll be taking your questions.
We're gonna be taking your questions. I mean, maybe I'll bring a squirt gun. I don't
That
know.
sounds fun.
Yeah.
I didn't mean sexually squirting. I just meant like talking
Okay.
squirting.
Yeah.
you
Sure.
know?
I'm gonna bring the water bottle that I use on Jack if he does something wrong.
Oh, can you do that to
And
us?
And I'll
you
just
fart,
squirt
then
you.
you get squirted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
squirt Barbara.
That's fine. I deserve it.
I thought about doing an open mic a long time ago where I just had one of those and I was like, bad joke.
Not a bad call.
Yeah.
I'd like to see how I would have developed if I had that. in my life. But yeah, seriously, so this is pretty exciting. We added a $2 tier, and $2 a month, $2 friggin' dollars a month will get you ad-free episodes
That's
of the
huge.
show.
Yeah.
That's huge. I don't want to, but that's huge.
I know you guys love our ad reads, but
Obviously,
if
Yes.
you would like to get to the rest of the podcast faster,
yes.
That's available
You
too.
then for
it's
$2
available. You feel guilty that you haven't used one of those discount codes. You know what I mean? Just cut it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, if you don't want to do $2 a month, we always appreciate you using our discount codes.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
appreciate any support, you guys.
Totally.
yeah,
We love you.
absolutely. Yeah,
As the guy from Better Off Dead says, $2.
$2. That's.
So memorable.
I love that you put that on the Patreon.
I did. I was like, I'm definitely. If you guys go read the Patreon descriptions, I for sure wrote them. So just so you know, it was 1 a.m. and I was delirious.
Some Barbara Gray Easter
And I
eggs
was
in there.
Oh yeah.
Write some stuff. But yeah, that, $2 a month, you will get the ad-free episodes. They'll drop at the same time.
Yeah. That's $24 an entire year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have the RSS feed that feeds through your Patreons where you'll get your other bonus content if you're another tier, blah, blah, blah. You guys get it.
Exactly.
You're smart.
What do you get for $5 a month, Babs?
For $5 a month, you get our monthly bonus episode.
Oh, yeah.
These have been super fun. We drop them the first Friday of every month, and they're a really good chance to like hear a different side of us, I think.
Yes.
You know?
We do like individual segments.
Yeah, we'll do individual segments. We'll kind of get serious about like our comedy lives or stuff that we just don't talk about that much on the show.
We take your suggestions and we'll roll with those sometimes too. Like these are they're really fun. They're a nice departure from what the regular feed is like.
Yeah. It's kind
Yeah.
of I think a different like way of getting to know us.
And if you really want to get to know us, if you really want to get real, $10 a month, you get our top secret session, which we say some scandalous stuff on.
Oh,
We
yeah.
do. I started calling them nasty secrets.
Just this week.
Nasty secrets.
We don't know if it's going
Ooh.
to stick.
We don't know, but
I like taste bile in my mouth
it's
when you
really
say it.
horrible. But yeah,
You
the
should call
top
them nasty secret panties.
nasty secret moist.
Ew.
Nasty moist panties.
As you guys can tell, we're salespeople. We're really good at selling ourselves.
But yeah, that for the that's
For
the
$10 a
$10
month.
tier. So basically,
Yeah.
we record an extra segment with our guest, and we kind of like let some stuff go that we might not let loose on the regular show.
Yeah.
Lots of crimes, lots of small crimes.
You want to hear some shit about what's the artist's name? Fuck, Thomas Kincaid. You want to hear
You
some?
wanna
Oh,
shit
we
about
got
Thomas
into
Kincaid?
it.
We
You wanna hear-
went down a hole.
Oh yeah, we've gone down lots of strange rabbit holes on the top secret session.
Yeah.
and it's really fun. And you also, in addition to that, we're going to start doing some live stream events, like we just said we're doing today on May 8th. We're going to start doing a few more of those, kind of get to know you guys that
Yeah.
way and put ourselves out there a little bit more. Also,
For sure.
we just put out a new store with merch, and you're going to get discount codes for the merch.
Hey.
There's
Our
some-
merch is cute as fuck. so
It's
far.
really fucking
Super
cute. We got
cute.
some
If I may say so.
cute quotes. You can put them on it's a really, TeePublic is awesome. You can basically choose any kind of shirt you want. You can choose a tote bag. You can do stickers. You kind of pick what you want it to be on, and then you can rock your lady to lady merch with your discount from the $10 tier.
And we've added a new tier.
We've added a new tier, baby. New $20 tier where we're doing a channel, Slack or Discord. We're figuring it out at the moment.
Yeah. We're working it out.
Basically, it's a channel where you're in a constant chat room with us, with the other listeners.
Yeah.
We can talk about episodes. We can talk about guests. We can really talk about anything that comes to mind.
Talk about some real shit.
We can get real.
I have a boring question that's coming.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Tessa's got a boring question for you guys waiting.
I can't wait to hear this boring question.
And we're also, if you do $20, we will send you a personalized something in the mail. We're not going to say what because it's a mystery to us and you.
Yeah.
Creative process.
It'll be cool though. I promise. It will be really cool.
We'll probably each take a little bit of like something. Maybe we'll send you something from the Glam Cave. We'll send you a personalized thank you because that is, hugely supportive. Every tier is supportive. We're so grateful for you.
I'm saving my nail clippings just for you.
God, Jesus Christ.
Is that not what
a
we're
little
doing?
lock of hair. I've got some, I got
I'm
some
gonna
locks.
send you my DNA. You see what
you
23
can make a new brandy.
Yeah, you want to clone me? $20 a month. It's a pretty good deal.
That's a steal of a deal.
Yeah, exactly. You want to raise this? Good luck.
Well, would it be raising because they'd be cloning you at your current state? So
But then it
would the
starts
clones
as
come out
baby.
fully grown or
No,
when
you
they're
start a
babies?
baby.
They start
I started as a
babies.
baby.
Oh, fuck it. All right.
Multiplicity rules do not apply.
These are the kind of discussions we can have on the Discord channel.
Oh, it's gonna get real dumb in there.
Oh, yeah.
So go if nothing else, go to patreon.com/lady2lady. Check it out. See what we're talking about on there. We're really excited to kind of like keep making new stuff for you guys, and we want to thank you so much to the people who have been patrons so far.
Yeah, we really appreciate it.
We really, really appreciate you've honestly made a big difference in our lives personally, and as far as being able to pay our bills and
Make this be our job.
Make this be our job. For
Also,
sure.
we are halfway to
Pie eating
pie
contest?
eating contest.
We're more than
We're
halfway.
over halfway.
Oh
We're
my
over
God.
halfway to a pie eating contest.
yes.
This is not hard. We can get there.
We can get to that pie eating contest. We've been talking about it. We want to do it, but you guys got to make it happen.
Comment in the Patreon forum. Who do you think is going to win?
Who do you think is going to win? What
Yeah.
kind of pie?
Yeah.
We need all of your
we need
input.
some pie input.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need everything.
Yeah.
So
And
go
also,
there.
who do you think is going to lose?
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be
Barbara.
May. It's going to be May.
It's
To
gonna
quote
be
Justin
May.
Timberlake. It's going to be May. But
I texted my sister that meme yesterday.
Got to.
did you see? Oh, you tagged me in John Mayer's.
I always tag you and John Mayer.
What was his?
it? It's going to be May.
No, it was. Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But no, it was a picture of Justin Timberlake, and it said, "All that I do is everything I do is not enough for you," because it's another quote from the song.
It was really funny.
That's pretty
It
funny.
was pretty good. Anyway, again,
Yeah.
we'll share memes on the Discord
Oh my
channel.
God.
So many things. So it'll be a lot of memes, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I
Actually.
like that.
Yeah.
We can create memes. It'll be great. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Anyways, you guys, we love you as always. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for supporting the show.
Absolutely.
We thank you. Back to your regularly scheduled poop talk.
Oh my God.
Welcome back on Lady to Lady. I'm Brandy.
I'm Babs.
I'm Tess.
I'm here with Rachel Fisher.
Hi.
Do you want us to ask you some questions?
Ask away. Sure.
Oh my God.
How do you feel about being asked questions?
I'm fine with it. That's what I came here for.
Great.
That was your
Yeah.
first question.
Interrogation.
Oh, wow.
You're
Okay.
killing it so far.
Awesome.
Who, what, where, when? Who, what, where, when? Who, what, where, when? Who, what, where, when?
All right. Who is your favorite mascot?
My favorite
Or
mascot.
who is your mascot?
No, who is your mascot?
I'm illiterate tonight, guys.
Oh,
Sorry.
who is my
Yeah,
mascot?
who's your mascot?
Like something that's made up?
Sure. Whatever that means
It
to
can
you.
be whatever you want. Something that, yeah.
I guess I kind of realized it last night while I was watching House of the Devil. It's a girl who's continuing to eat pizza even though it's gross. That's kind of my mascot. Like, it's Greta Gerwig when she's eating the pizza. She's like, "This is nasty," but she continues
Keeps
to eat it
going.
throughout. I'm like, "Yeah, that's
Yeah.
me. That's
Yeah.
me. I'm that girl."
I thought you were gonna say like while she was being killed or something, but it's just I haven't
it's
seen
just
it. so-
that. No,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just her eating the gross pizza, but she can't stop eating it.
I know. I did that like a few days ago. My boss at work was like, "Oh, let me take you out to lunch," and I didn't know where the fuck we were going, so I just chose some bad pizza place. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
so disappointing, but I was like, "Well, I'm here,
Great.
I'm not gonna
free, and
not
I'm
eat
here.
this.
I'm gonna eat it."
Great.
Yeah.
Can't
And we
stop.
both just kept talking about how bad it was.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about my last year smoking cigarettes. I was like, this is awful. And I was just
Oh my god.
Do you have like a memory of when you like stopped?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I do. I was on.
Tess is deciding if she wants to tell this.
When did you
I'll-
stop
I'll tell it.
cigarettes?
I had my first epiphany actually on shrooms. I was smoking a cigarette on shrooms, and I just looked at it, and I just had this switch in my brain, and I was like, I'm not a smoker.
Whoa.
And I just knew I wasn't a smoker. It was like I was a pack-a-day smoker, and then like a week later, I was working at Borders at the time, and I took out a book on self-hypnotism, and I hypnotized myself, and I haven't really smoked since.
Shit.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Holy
Yeah.
shit. Heard that.
Wait.
Oh my god.
Tess is just casually hypnotizing herself.
It worked like a
It was
charm.
about that specifically or about anything?
It was about anything. It was about just like it was like this thing where you like looked between your fingers and you waited for like a wavelength to form and you just thought about what you wanted to do. And I have not really smoked since.
You have to not want to smoke. You
Yeah.
have to be like, I mean,
I credit it to the shroom trip. Something
yeah.
switched in my brain.
Right.
I just looked at this like I can't even really explain it, but something switched in my brain and I was like, I'm not a smoker.
Yeah.
And I
That
just-
makes sense because it wasn't even
Right.
like, oh, this is bad for you or something like that. It was just like, this is just as
Yeah,
me.
it's not what I do.
I
Yeah.
don't see
Yeah.
myself
Right.
doing
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
And
for
it was
sure.
weird because like I love being around cigarettes. I love watching people smoke. They smell good to me.
Oh, thank
I love
God.
the idea of smoke. Like but something just switched in my brain where
Right.
It's not my. Yeah, it's not for me.
Yeah.
Did
That's
you
cool.
run? Were you a runner yet?
No.
Yeah. I bet that's why, because you were meant to do that.
Maybe
And
so.
Yeah.
See, I was
Part of
still
it.
smoking. I mean, I'm still a smoker. I've smoked a. Don't at me. I've smoked a pack a day since I was 16. I'm 33 now. Like it's. I don't know when it's gonna happen. I don't know when I'm gonna have that
It's
epiphany.
hard, though.
It's fucking hard.
Yeah.
I've quit everything else.
Yeah.
Cigarettes, hardest.
Yeah.
But also, if you've quit everything else,
Yeah, that's the other thing. I'm like,
You
well,
know?
I don't feel like whatever.
I don't know. I'm also a believer in like vice whack-a-mole, and like if you quit cigarettes, something else is gonna. I don't know.
Honestly,
if you find one,
it's so true.
Yeah, you're only
know?
human.
so true. I'm
What
only
are you gonna
human.
do?
Yeah.
yeah.
But I was still smoking when I was like at my most athletic in my life.
Oh, really?
I was still smoking.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Before or after workout, both.
Oh, after a workout.
Because
Yeah.
I do remember that being a good cigarette. I used to go to.
so fucking good.
It's like
It's
the
a
after
really good
sex
cigarette.
thing.
It is. It feels the same. Like I would go on like a 60-mile bike ride, like to Malibu
Oh,
and back.
damn.
Yes, and then I'd come home and just be like, like,
That's the thing is, I wish that there were things that were as satisfying as those certain vices, because there just isn't. You know,
Right,
like
right.
there really isn't something as satisfying as a real cigarette, or as like, you know, I don't know, for me, like alcohol or certain things. I just am like, like I want there to be that, but it's just. I try to do other things instead. It's just not quite the same.
It's like when you want ice cream, but instead you're like, I'll just get a sweet granola bar. And then you just eat like 8 granola bars. And you're like, I should have just had ice cream.
right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right. I just had like 1,200 calories.
Yeah. I'm still
Totally.
not satisfied.
Totally, exactly.
Let's see. When do wake up?
When do I wake up? When do wake up?
Says when do wake up?
What's on here?
That's the level we're at right now.
Do you wake up?
Well, I'm a podcaster for a living, so that's like really a day-to-day
Yeah.
situation,
Sure.
honestly. Like when I guess this morning I woke up at like 8:30. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like naturally I woke
That's
up
great.
at 8:30. Some days I will wake up at 11 and I feel awful about it because I'm like I'm
Yeah.
33 years old. What am I doing with my life? But, you know, then I work
sure.
at night, so
Yeah.
And I feel like night work doesn't get the credit it deserves.
it does not get the credit
Does
it
not.
deserves.
We're still working.
right.
Yeah. And it takes a while to come down from it too.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, it's like you need that like couple hours afterwards to be like,
Right.
okay, the day is now over.
I also
Yeah.
think some people are just hardwired to be morning people.
Yes.
And night people. Like, from as long as I can remember, like, even as a little kid, I was a night person. Always. I
Always.
wanted to be up at night.
Yeah, always.
Like,
Yeah.
I found that as I get older, I also enjoy early morning. I just like being awake when other people are asleep.
I like that too. I like when that happens. And I do feel like there is something kind of magical when you're like, oh, I got up at 6 and I'm rested. Not like I had to get up at 6.
Yeah,
like there's a
yeah.
difference between like getting up because you just happen to or like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I remember in high school, I would pull it was easier for me to pull all-nighters and then sleep as soon as I got home from school for a
totally.
few hours
Right.
than waking up after like going to sleep at like 10 p.m. or something because I
Yeah.
couldn't. I'd be awake and I'd be like, cool, I slept 3 hours and now I'm up.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Totally.
I still would rather get no sleep than 3 hours. I
Yeah.
think usually.
Yeah, generally.
Yep.
Yeah, the tease sleep really fucks me up.
It's awful.
Yeah.
It's awful.
I mean, there's no, I think with people in like this industry, I'm like, I literally couldn't imagine a regular schedule in my life. Like even one week where I'm like, oh, this will be like a normal, right? Yeah, there's no fucking way that's going to happen.
I mean, do you guys like have,
fuck no.
Weird.
Really?
No.
No.
I mean, I kind of naturally wake up between like 8:30 and 9:30 every day, and then but this week I have like a gig that I have to wake up at 7, and I haven't used an alarm clock. It's been a couple of years, I think, since I've like other than like flights, like consistently,
Yeah.
like other than like I haven't used an alarm clock consistently
to get to a job.
Yeah.
Do you guys have 10,000 alarms on your phone? Because I literally,
I do.
Like I'll be like, oh, there's one for 4 p.m. because I fell asleep at 2 and I need to wake up at 3:30.
Oh yeah, I get the afternoon alarms for sure. Just the morning one.
I have like 10 different morning ones, 10 different afternoon ones, and then like there's one that's for some reason set to like 8 p.m. and I'm like, come on, Rachel, what was that?
You're like, what was that one?
That's like a 7 p.m. nap.
Oh yeah.
Totally. Well, it's like my boyfriend's an actor, so we both just enable each other in this like fucked up sleep schedule all the time. It's like
I know. Sometimes I like imagine what my life would be like if I'm like, oh, I got up at the same time every day and I made my breakfast, and it's just like, well, that's never just let it go.
never gonna happen.
Just let it go, bitch.
Give up the ghost. Yeah, I did, because I do like, ideally, if I'm honest, I'm gonna be serious. Like, I like to have the snooze go on for like a good 2 hours.
Yeah, totally.
In a dream world situation.
I'm at least like 45 minutes.
Yeah, I got like a 45-minute snooze built into my morning this week.
I like to real slowly lurk out. Like,
Got to.
I like a good like half hour where I'm just thinking about what I'm gonna wear.
Right.
Well, and it's also like, it's me at my best math, I think, is like in between the snooze alarms where I'm just like, okay, if you sleep for another 5 minutes, then that will push your arrival time back to this. But what if I'm like doing calculus when you're just like,
If Brandy arrives at the airport, it's 7:45 a.m.
exactly.
Yeah, it's like, I'll cut out the coffee I was going to get on the way there. And
Yeah.
I know.
And I'm just like sitting there like with my eyes closed, just like, I have it all figured out.
I mean,
Just
shout
wake
out to
up.
animals for really just encouraging the sleeping in, because that's what I love. I'm like, and once my cat gets involved, I'm like, well, that's it.
My God.
It's answered. I'm not getting out of bed for at least 40 more minutes.
Yeah, same.
Yep.
It would be inhumane to wake up at that
Exactly.
point.
Yeah,
So
my
true.
dog wants to cuddle. What am I gonna do?
Right.
They're comfortable. They're heavy.
So true.
Yeah. Speaking as someone that broke an alarm clock in college because I slammed my fist on it one morning, I was like, well, I need to. This is not for me.
Well, in college, my friend Sarah lived across the hall from me. This is a real dick move.
Yeah.
I had this super loud. I'm deaf in my right ear too, so I sleep through alarms really easily. So I had this super loud alarm. This isn't even an excuse because like it was so loud I could still hear it, but it was not to wake me up. It was to wake her up down the hall, and then she would come wake me up.
Oh, no.
What about everyone else in this?
no.
Yeah, they hated me. I was the worst.
Oh man, you're like that's like your Tina Fey and 30 Rock gone back to high school and like fuck Tess, like everyone from your class. It's like you were an asshole.
That bitch.
Oh man, that's really funny.
Okay, Rachel, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be what I'm doing, like, doing something that involves comedy, just at a level where I can be like the most financially comfortable.
Yeah.
And also something that involves food in some way, whether like not like a cooking show, but like just some kind of show that involves comedy and food. That's like my dream.
I like that because it's also like comedy makes people feel good, food makes people feel good. So it's like a way to like have like a nice night for somebody.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like those are two things that like just have always brought me joy in my life. Like I've always watched cooking shows and I've always watched like stand-up comedy or sketch comedy since I was a little kid. Like those are like the two constants in terms of like art and media in my life is like comedy and cooking or food, any kind of food thing. So yeah, Something
you
to
should
do with that.
reboot Dinner and a Movie. Do you remember that show?
That was a
God,
great
I
show.
do remember.
That
Was
show
that
was really soothing.
Wait a minute.
was really
yes.
good.
Wait, that's not John Favreau. That was Party of Five or whatever.
No, it's
right?
Paul Gilmartin and Gianna Varney.
Yes.
It was on like TBS, right?
and it was like a
Very
wraparound
funny.
show where like they would
Yeah.
show
Right.
the movie and then
Yeah.
It was
was
just
just
quips. It was soothing.
It
was very
fun.
soothing.
He would play like Love Potion number 9. but,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
they would make like a meal involving
Yeah.
or whatever
Right.
drink or something. Like
Just
that.
what a good gig, man.
What a good gig.
Really nailed it.
I want that kind of gig where it's just like people look at, they're like, "That's a good gig," right? You know,
Yeah.
Someone give us a good gig.
right. That's a good one.
trying to think who has the best gig that I can think of. Like just a chill, fun gig.
I always feel that way about organ players at like
Not where I was going, but
at like a movie theater or roller rink. It's like you're always stoked. They're
Yeah,
usually
but I don't think they're like making their living off of that.
well, I guess that's like a fun retired good gig. To be
Right. Oh,
like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You're still out there. You're still doing your thing.
honestly, I don't know that she made the most of it. But I always thought Tara Reid had a good gig.
No.
Paradise?
Oh, like her travel show?
Yeah,
What? I don't.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I mean,
what is that?
it
Paradise.
was on like E, right?
Yeah, it was on E. and
Repeating it doesn't help.
It was like, remember Wild on E?
Yes.
Okay, it was like
Yeah.
softcore porn, kind of, right? Yeah. Wasn't it kind of?
Was that like MTV's Undressed? Was that like their version of
But
it?
it was like a
just Tara
reality.
Reid like getting paid to fly around in party places. And have
Right,
fun.
but I
Yeah.
feel like this was like after Wild on E ended, they were like, all right, let's give Tara Reid a travel show now. And she
Paradise
could
is
just
funny.
party. Yeah.
yeah, and she did.
Yeah, like that kind of
fair.
travel show seems
Yeah.
fun. As long as you
Yeah.
get like first class amenities when you're traveling,
For
yeah.
sure.
you know, like the company pays for it.
Yeah.
That sounds like
Yeah.
the perfect gig.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, Drew Carey, I think, has a perfect
That's
gig.
good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because he gets
That's a good
to,
gig.
he does comedy like while he hosts Price is Right. He just
Right.
gets to show up and like do 3 tapings like two
Right.
2 days a week, and then
Yeah.
he just gets to fucking do whatever he wants.
Those gigs are so good.
That's a fucking
Yeah.
great gig.
right.
And
Yeah,
he does
definitely.
he like his comedy in between the shows. He's not like holding back. He's just
No.
like saying whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, which he can get away with, but
And he wakes up probably at a decent hour.
Yeah.
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 And like even if you had
Yeah.
to wake up really early, as long as you like you're done, like you wrap at like 2 p.m.
Oh yeah. That's
That's
great.
so awesome.
yeah, I think he
Oh,
works
yeah.
like 2 or 3 days a week max, you know.
Right.
I will
rules.
say a lot of what we're describing is what I was going through when I was a substitute teacher. That was a good gig.
Really?
Oh, I tell everyone if you need money, go substitute teach. It was the best gig I ever had. Like, it was so chill because like you get to choose if you want to work. If I didn't want to
Yeah.
work, I would just block myself out for the next day. And then like
Oh,
if
I thought you meant like like
you get there.
you get in the classroom and
You're
you
like,
choose
no,
if you want to
no,
work.
that's the downside is you can't do that. Sometimes you want to do
I
that.
don't
just
know,
put a
though.
movie on
I remember
it.
seeing Lion King a lot. Like,
Yeah. I had
That's
a
what
couple for sure.
Oh my god, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Like I just kept a copy. My 2 movies were Notting Hill
Oh my
and
Wait,
The
what?
Incredibles. Yeah,
Notting Hill to kill?
How old were these kids?
that was like high school. Oh, I also kept Clueless because I worked at Beverly Hills High, so they loved watching Clueless. And I
Those
was
aren't
just,
even like fake education.
right. I was very popular.
Right, because like the less academic you are, the more popular you are, and the more
Yeah.
the kids leave
Yeah.
you alone.
Yeah, so the
they love
worse
you.
you are at your job, the more people
Yeah.
like you.
Right.
It's a good gig.
Right.
I read like so many of the classics. I had so much time. It was so relaxing.
That sounds awesome.
It was wonderful. I had like 3-hour breaks in the middle of the day.
I love
so
it.
many naps.
I love it. So many.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was great.
Man, I always remember we had a substitute teacher. I think his name was like Mr. Kim or something. And he was like, I think he was having like an existential crisis the entire time because he would just come and be like, what do you guys think it all means? Like,
no.
have you like thought about like what's real and what's not? Like he like straight up, that's what his classes were like. And it was like, yeah, Mr. Kim's just making us all think about something. We don't really know what it is. Yeah, and he would just come in and like, and then he just like stopped being a teacher for a while. Like he would come in and he would talk about like Buddhism for a while, and then he'd be like, I don't know, like
Yeah, you can do
communism's
whatever
a good
you want.
idea. Yeah, yeah,
It's honestly like getting
Yeah.
paid to be at an open mic. You
Yeah,
can
yeah,
do whatever you want. You don't have a boss. They just let you. They're just like, go ahead.
Right.
What do your qualifications have to be?
A college degree.
Oh, I
That's it.
can't do it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
And then you take a test called the CBEST, which is like
The sea bass?
CBEST.
Oh.
Yeah, which is like the SATs, but way easier.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'd be down to take a easy SAT right now. I'd like to see how my brain holds up.
I love a test. I'm real good at them.
Me too.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to take one again after so long.
You guys want to take the SATs again?
Kinda.
Let's like do it. Let's
Okay,
do it,
I
see what
mean,
happens.
everyone at the table, do you think you would beat your SAT score now?
I don't remember.
I didn't take them.
No, I don't remember enough math.
I didn't do SAT.
Yeah.
I did ACT,
Oh.
which was like the weird offshoot
Oh, Midwest.
SAT.
Yeah. Huh. I was a 1490, so
Oh,
Wow.
only took it once. Didn't take any SAT prep. So
wow.
just wanna. I'm still proud of it. So
I don't remember my math, but yeah, I had a 720 verbal, but I would eat shit on math now.
yeah, I think
Oh,
math
God. Yeah,
math
there's
would
no
take
way.
me out.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I can barely do like basic algebra.
Same.
Yeah. I like tried to do long division a couple months ago and was like, I gotta
Oh my God, I know.
remember how to do this.
Talk about a useless skill.
Right. Seriously.
What? How many years of our lives?
We spent a long time.
long
doing
time.
that
a
shit.
long
Yeah,
division
yeah.
Long
time.
Yeah.
That in
Honestly,
cursive.
I was gonna say
Cursive.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I feel like we all kind of knew it was bullshit.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Cursive, I feel like I use more compared to long division.
I would
though.
agree.
Yeah.
I thought like learning how to make a graph, like a mathematical graph. I was like, this is fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you were right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? Do you remember that? You
Yeah.
had to make like graphs and shit?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got like calculators that did it for you, and you were like, well, okay.
And
Where's
the
this
calculator
been?
was like $100 or something.
Yeah. Well, and this
Oh,
is such
yeah.
a you might have like in my grade that was like the last year before text messaging, so we would pass each other notes on our graphing calculator. Did anyone
Yeah,
else do
I
this?
remember that.
Oh, yeah.
I do remember
People
that.
would hack them and like
Make
play
games.
games and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Right.
I was
I
always fascinated. I was like, how do you make a game on a calculator?
Right.
Those guys are probably all billionaires now.
Right.
Yeah.
Texas Instruments?
Yeah.
Man, what happened to those
TI
guys?
83.
Yeah. I was the 83 class. Hey, if you are a current high school student, let us know what the TI number's up
I
to.
rant about the Texas Instruments.
Yeah.
Do you even have it anymore? Is it on your iPhone? They
Yeah.
don't have an app for
I
it.
think
Yeah.
they do
It's
have
probably
them,
an
though.
app.
Yeah.
You
What's
probably
the
don't
TI
have to
up
buy
to?
a graphing calculator
No.
anymore. I bet you anything it's an app.
We got questions, kids. We got to know what calculators are you using?
We know for a fact that high school kids have listened to us
During class.
During
On
class before.
yeah.
I love it. I
Yep.
love it.
Yeah. I think it's great.
I like that we are all four of us are substitute teachers actually right now.
Hey, we're America's
Technically.
substitute teacher. I will
Okay,
say
now kids, get ready. We're gonna do a little screening of Notting Hill. I'm just gonna turn
there will be no quiz after. That was my first day substitute teaching was in high school, and I had adult braces, so I looked 16.
I
was-
love the phrase adult braces.
There's no other phrase for
Is it just
Right.
past 18? Like
I
when
think
do
so.
adult braces
I
start?
think so.
Your barely legal braces.
Yes. Honestly, they were like the best facelift. Like everyone thought I was 16. But I was substitute teaching with adult braces. I was 22 years old, and this kid,
Oh no. Kids are so mean.
this kid was like, they were all being so loud, and then this one kid was like, "Can I listen to my iPod?" And I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, if another adult comes in, I'm gonna lie and say I didn't give you permission, but yeah. And then they all just started listening to their iPod, and it was like the chillest day. And that's when I learned.
Silent disco was
Yes,
born.
exactly. All right, we're gonna go put our iPods in.
Hey everybody, Lady to Lady is officially coming to the East Coast, baby! We're super excited. We're going to be there in June. We'll be in Richmond, Virginia for Second Best Fest on June 6th and 7th. And then where do we go next? We go to New York, right? On the 10th.
Yeah,
Yeah,
New York on
baby.
the 10th. We're going to be in Philly on the 11th. We're going to be in Rochester, New York on the 13th. Yeah, those dates are, that's going to be really, really fun. Come see us in the Upper East Coast.
Yeah.
And I've actually got a couple of dates in May that I want to plug as well. May 11th, I've got Picture This in Los Angeles. May 15th, I've got Picture This down in Huntington Beach. So if you're in Orange County, you don't have to drive to LA. May 17th and 18th, I'm going to be in Portland, Oregon. I'm going to do the Kickstand Comedy is a new club up there that is opening, and I'm doing like their last fundraiser shows. I'm headlining those. It's going to be fun. And then May 24th, I'm going to be in Las Vegas, Nevada for Punk Rock Bowling. Come see comedy there. And then I'm going to be in Denver the last week in May. Dates TBD. So come see me and come see us everywhere.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Woo, bye.
Hi, everybody. We're back. I'm Barbara.
I'm Brandy.
I'm Tess.
And we're here with Rachel Fisher of the Hollywood Crime Scene Podcast.
Hi.
And we're going to solve your crime scene, a.k.a. your problems.
We're going to tell you where to put the body. If you have lady problems, send them to ladytoladycomedy@gmail.com.
Lady problems. Lady problems. Lady problems. Do you have them? Lady problems. Do you have them? People have them.
Hi, ladies. I'm a relatively new listener. Started in January 2019. That's very new. And I love your podcast. It's been great to listen to when I'm getting ready and walking to classes. I'm a college student and I would like some advice. My boyfriend and I have been dating for about 1.5 years and things are going really well. He started out in chemical engineering and I am in civil engineering, building roads, bridges, etc. My boyfriend told me, thank you for telling us what that means, by the way, because I would not have known. My boyfriend told me...
Probably has a graphic calculator.
For sure.
He can answer those questions.
Yeah.
My boyfriend told me and his family about 2 weeks ago that he wants to switch to performing arts. Specifically, he wants to do voice acting. We are very supportive of his passions and want him to follow his dreams, but he has said multiple times that he, quote, doesn't need job security or money. I am concerned because we have talked about raising a family together and I could picture it, 2 engineers. Now I'm having a harder time though. I hope you all have some insight as to this being in that industry and can offer some guidance on how to approach him in this situation. One important note, I'm totally okay with him trying out voice acting, but I prefer that he gets a second degree, maybe education or speech communication. He's being very stubborn and says he doesn't want to consider a second major or minor. Thank you. Well, it's tough. You're fucking an artist.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Something's going to change.
Welcome.
So you're fucking an artist.
That's a self-help book.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh.
I mean, trying to force him to do something he doesn't want to do is just going to cause problems in your relationship.
Yeah.
If he wants to pursue this, I say let him until he either decides it's not for him or he keeps pushing. Like, it's like he's going to be the one that needs to decide if he's going to do this or not. And, you know, I think the thing to say is, like, treat this like a career. You know, like, it's not just a fun thing. It's like voice acting is really hard to get into.
It is.
Like,
I mean, I
it's-
guess the fact that he's going to major in it shows that he is
Right.
desire to be serious about it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, I also went to film school with a bunch of fucking idiots who just like were like, yeah, I'm a film major, and then they just made movies in their apartments with their friends and played beer pong. So it's like,
Right.
if we're gonna,
totally.
you know,
it's the first
Yeah.
step, but
Yeah.
you know, it takes a lot to take it into reality of being a career. For sure.
yeah, for sure. So I mean, I think maybe, you know, it's just like it's a hard field, but I think like also I can't imagine like majoring just in voice acting isn't going to be just like talking into a microphone. There's gonna be a lot of stuff that goes along with that major. And like I will say too, like a lot of things within the arts, like you can apply that skill set to other things. Like if you're a voice actor, guess what? You're probably also going to learn audio engineering,
Right.
Yeah.
because you got to be able to record your own stuff.
Right.
So on the side, he can do podcast producing. He can become an engineer at a recording studio, and maybe that's how he gets something. You know, like there's a lot of shit that goes with that, with majors like that you wouldn't necessarily think of. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, like as a film major, it's also like you're basically working in event production. So like any kind of event, you can work instead. It's like if you can those skill sets are more broad than you might think.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing here is that life is never going to turn out how you plan it.
Yeah.
No matter what you do,
Yes.
even if he decides to go ahead and be a civil engineer, that doesn't mean that you're the ideal of two engineers living their life this way is going to be what you think. It's just not how life goes. So I think you have to be ready to support him in what he wants, because you never know if what you want is going to change, or you know what I mean? So you have to know that you can be there together to get through these major moments and know that, like, you know, your relationship is like important enough to kind of, you know, decide that you want to back him on something like that.
Well, and like I went to Drexel in Philadelphia, and like that's like a really big engineering school. So I knew a lot of engineers that I started in freshman year, and I'd say 60% of them stopped being engineers because that is a grueling fucking major to have. So it's like, if that's not where your passion is, then like, you know, a lot of people drop out of that.
Yeah, everything's hard. You may as well do the hard thing you like.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, exactly. yeah, exactly.
Now let's get to the so you're fucking an artist part.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, you are going to be making more money than him.
Yes.
For at least a couple years.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know, if you're committed to being this person's partner, I think like it's just hopefully you can look at it like as you believe in him, and this is an investment. And if you see a future with this person, this is an investment in both of your futures. But he's taking a big gamble, and by extension, so are you. Because by staying connected to this person, you're kind of putting your chips on the same table.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, absolutely. And like, you know, I think he, quote, not needing job security or money is a slightly dramatic way to say it, but it is also like all four of us are very brilliant people that could have very high paying, very secure jobs right now.
Right.
And it's a philosophical kind of choice at a certain point to be like, no, that's not me.
Yes.
Yeah.
That said, I was a fucking hostess at Chili's in college. So, like, just because you don't need job security does not mean you don't need money.
You do need money.
So, I think that's part of the sacrifice you make as an artist is you do recognize that you're going to have to take some gigs that are not very sexy that maybe you're overqualified for. So, don't let him use that as an excuse to not go get a busboy job or a waiter job somewhere.
Yeah, the romanticism of the life of the starving artist is pretty bullshit.
Yeah,
really.
It's not that romantic.
Yes,
at all.
Yeah. No, it's not. Yeah, so there's a difference between those two things, and I will say it's like we've all been paying our bills for a long time.
Yeah,
and that doesn't. Bills are still going to happen whether or not, you know, you're an artist or not. Like, you don't get to be like, but I have a paintbrush to the government. It doesn't really work that way. Right. So yeah, I think it's and like. The hard work, if you can work hard in a job that is not your passion, then like you like build this muscle of like having an infinite well of energy to pull from when it is something that you actually do care about. So it is like, you can't just fuck off and then like care about just this one very narrow thing. It's like it all connects.
It all adds up. And I will say that, well, this is kind of shit talking, but I don't care. People, you know, in the world that we know, like if I see them like not working hard in certain parts of their life, I'm like, well, I don't want to work with you. Yeah. Because I see that you don't treat things seriously. And just because it doesn't involve this, it just shows me kind of like who you are. Yeah. So yeah, I do think, yeah, you're right. It can't be an excuse for him, obviously, to kind of lay off and be like, I'm an artist or something. No. But you're going to be able to tell, you know, if he's taking this seriously or not pretty quickly, I think. Yeah. And yeah, he just has to know. I mean, it's like, the entertainment industry takes a very, 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 very long time to get going. And if, you know, if you really, really love it, you don't really think about that part because you just love it so much.
You love doing it.
Yeah. You don't really have any other choice. I mean, that's why it's almost something you don't even really have to think about, because if you have to think about it, you won't do it.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And I will say, like, this is not something to think about with him now, but I think there is like some like, there should be some elasticity with where you land. Like, it shouldn't necessarily be like all voiceover or nothing else. Like, we've all taken jobs within comedy that like we didn't know what podcasting was when we started doing stand-up. And podcasting has become like a major thing. So it's like the industry will change and like you never know exactly where you're going to land within it. But if you know that is the field that you want to passionately work in, you know, it's like, you never know where you're going to end up within it. So it's like the elasticity, like you can hopefully find for him in your relationship, he also needs to be thinking about that within his own field. Eventually, he's still in college, so like you're learning, you're studying, but like that is a reality of it. Like the things change, you know, a lot. Like voiceover acting in general too. It's like, there's a lot of celebrities have gotten into it. But there's also a ton of,
Audiobooks.
yeah, there's audiobooks,
Right.
Yeah, there's commercial voiceover. There's like radio voice. I mean, if you have a good voice for radio, does he want to be a radio host? It's like he could get involved with his college radio station. Like there's any number of things to be getting like a reel and putting all that stuff together. So it's like being like, okay, what about voiceover does he like so much? Voice acting. Like what is that? And is it like, it's like I never thought I was going to be a stand-up at all in college. Like
Really?
it was not something I even thought about until I moved to LA.
What did you want to be?
I wanted to be a comedy writer. Like do sketches and stuff. More like, and then in my head that's what it was, but then I was like, oh, I just want to be funny. I hate writing alone, so I truly hate it. So like, oh, I'm not a comedy writer, but it took me until after college to figure that out. And then I was like, oh, I'm on stage. I like writing this, but I also like big picture, more producing and stuff too. Like, so it's like that is all stuff that I wouldn't have known until you've done it.
Totally. Yeah, I didn't know either. I thought I wanted to be like a filmmaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was an actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it morphs a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the other thing. He's still in college, so
Yeah.
it might change, especially as he starts to feel out the kind of the career and the different options available to him.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it's just like working hard and like, yeah, everything's hard. So do what you like.
Yeah.
And if you, it will be really good if you can like just support him in that, but.
But yeah, the instability is something that you can't really
Yeah.
deal with, and you kind of have to come to terms with that.
And I will say too, though, I mean, people that have what they think is a stable job can be pulled out from under them too. So like nothing is actually really stable at the end of the day.
That's what I tell myself every time.
Well,
I wonder why I didn't become a lawyer.
I have a Jim Carrey story that goes with this. So Jim Carrey's dad. I don't know if you guys know this about his life, whatever, basically. But Jim Carrey's dad was a jazz musician that when he got married and he had a kid, he started having children with his wife, he took the safe route and he became an accountant. And he was an accountant for all like his kids coming up until they were in like middle school, high school. And then computers came into the field. And when computers came into the field, he was too old for any of the accounting agencies to want to teach him how to use computers. So he was fired and could not get a job. And his family, because he couldn't get a job, they all basically became homeless.
Wow.
So he played the safe route. And it's also a major reason that like Jim Carrey went after what he did. And like he was homeless for all these years and stuff too, because he was just like, I saw my dad take the way that he thought this was the stable way that will always provide for my family, and then that was pulled out from under him, and then he just wasn't able to really recover. And then Jim Carrey became the breadwinner in their family. So it's like the safe route. And I'm not saying that being an engineer is the safe route, but like the potentially more stable route is like. Shit happens. Anything can happen.
Yep.
Like we don't know.
Yeah, and I will say going into the entertainment industry makes you scrappy for sure.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yep.
You gotta figure shit out, and that is good to have around when shit goes.
You're not
haywire.
tied to any one corporation, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, like we're all small businesses too. Is the thing? It's like honestly, like I think if I had like a massive change of heart and I was like, you know what, I want to go run a food truck or something. We all have like the ability and like the will, because we have willed ourselves to this far to be like, yeah, I would be great at whatever business I wanted to run if I walked away from this, because I like have been able to build up my own thing. That's like, no, I could just do that again. Like it's you get good at you have to learn how to do that eventually. Yeah.
What do you think about the fact? I do think she wants him to get. She said, I'm okay with him trying out voice acting, but I want him to get a second degree, education or speech communication. He's being very stubborn. I mean, honestly, I think degrees don't matter.
Degrees don't matter.
Entertainment, but
yeah,
I know that it sounds very nice and cozy, like it's going to do something.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you can't tell someone else what to major in.
No.
Yeah.
It's money. It's how his time is going to get spent.
And he's going to resent you if you tell him what to do.
Yeah.
The more you push this, the more he will resent you, because it won't feel like you have his back.
Right. This is so not what she wanted to do.
I know. I'm sorry.
I mean, if you like low key, if you really want this, the way to do it is like secret manipulation.
That's the bad bad advice, but that's another
But if
option.
you want the truth,
but that's
yeah.
another option.
Well, and you say like,
Low key manipulation.
well, I mean,
we all know that is always that's always in the back.
Yeah, just start
That's-
with
that's
holding
true.
sex. And
I'll just blow up real bad later. And I will say, like, your last line is like, he is being very stubborn and says he doesn't want to do this stuff, but that also is like, you're being really stubborn and you're not listening to him.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. And like hearing what he wants. And I think the more you push on it, the more he's going to dig in his heels. Honestly, if you give him some space and let him follow this path a little bit, he's probably a smart guy if he started out in chemical engineering. Like, let him go down this path, try it out. Because no one wants to say, yeah, you were right, I was wrong.
Totally.
You know? So like, the
He's
less
gonna
pressure.
know, I think the thing is, like, if he's truly meant to do this, he's going to start it and it's going to ignite something in him, you
Yes.
know, that you're going to be attracted to, that passion, and you're going to see it does really mean a lot to him.
Yeah.
And if it's not right for him, you're probably going to also figure that out and he'll, figure out the next step. So.
Yeah.
What are you also like 20?
Yeah, they're very young.
I think
yeah.
that's probably,
Yeah.
on that too.
I this is like a pet peeve of mine that a lot of parents, just in general, people do to young people is like before they even get to their start in life, they're like, your dreams are impossible.
Right.
Why would you even try that?
Right.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, everything's impossible. Why are you
Yes.
pissing on their dreams when they're 20
Right.
years old?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. You guys are so young. You have so long to
Yeah.
figure it out. Just enjoy yourselves. And
Yeah.
if he has this passion, like go for it.
Yeah.
You have like a 4-year cushion in your 20s for fucking up, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I rode that out way past that.
I'm still in it.
But you're in it. Yeah. I mean, that's so hard, though. It's when you're in it, it doesn't matter, like,
Yeah.
your age. When you're in the
You
shit,
think you're
in
so
the shit.
old and you
Yeah, we all
sure.
are sold this bill that, college, after college is when
Then you get the job, and then you blank,
picket fence goes up and then et cetera, but it's just not as
Yeah.
we see the reality. So
Yeah.
I think, try to have a little bit of patience and trust that he knows what he wants,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And like, you guys don't need to like rush into like, you don't need to rush all of this stuff. Like right now you're like in college or like in your 20s, like try to savor this time and like let the more uncertainty that you can get comfortable with, the easier it will be as you get older too. Because there's a lot of uncertainty as you get older. Even as things become more certain, you ask more questions. And you're like, oh, cool. But that's like, this is what life
Right.
is.
It's like I thought I had shit figured out, but here's a whole other layer.
Yeah, exactly. And you're like, oh wow, this is like not where I thought it was gonna be, and in a lot of different ways. I mean, I also have friends that have like very stable jobs that also have those thoughts too, that and have
Totally.
had them forever
Yeah.
and like have their college paid off and all this shit, and they're still just like, yeah, this isn't really what I thought it was gonna be. And then they've been looking at that for so long, and then they look up and they're like, oh shit, I'm 35 and I thought this is what I wanted and it isn't really what I wanted. I didn't really question it. I just like went after the thing that I thought I was supposed to have, and it isn't what I actually want. So it's just like the more comfortable you can get living within like those thoughts, I think the better you both will be and the better your relationship will be.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, but it does sound like he might turn out to be a comedian, so I'm so sorry about that.
Deepest condolences. Oh my God.
In advance.
Pre-condolences.
Mostly for the Bringer show you're going to have to go to.
I'm sorry if he gets into improv. It's just a whole thing. You might be about to enter that world.
Yeah.
A world of pain for you.
Good luck. Let us know.
Let us know what happens.
Yeah, and rock on with your engineering.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Good for you. Fuck
Seriously.
Yep.
Yeah.
Build
could not
those
do
bridges,
that.
girl.
Yeah, build those bridges and burn some. Yeah. That's life, baby.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Rachel, where can people find you on the internet?
They can find me at the Rachel Fisher on Twitter. You can find me at Childlike Empress on Instagram. And you can find my podcast anywhere you find podcasts, Hollywood Crime Scene. We're on Instagram. We're also on Twitter. We have a Facebook group. So yeah,
You guys
that's it.
all get in there and talk about the crimes. On the
Yeah,
Facebook
we talk.
group?
People talk about the crimes. They post memes. you know?
Love a
Facebook groups
meme.
are real fun.
They're fun.
For specific reasons.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Facebook itself, nightmare, but
The
if you get
groups
in
are good.
The groups are like what's left.
The groups are what's left, and I just figured that out like a year ago.
Yeah.
Like the cat group I'm in, great.
I could
It's
see
the only
that.
saving grace. Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss when I was preparing for I'm still in the group, but the bride group I was in.
Oh, that's fun.
I'm in there just for fun.
Oh, it's just great.
I'm in a couple wedding groups, and I'm not getting married anytime soon. Not engaged, but
good ideas though.
it's just like fun to look at other people's processes.
Yes.
I don't know.
Gonna go ahead and plug the Jeff Goldblum Appreciation Society. It's a very calming place on the internet. Come on in.
Yeah, check out Rachel's podcast, Hollywood Crime Scene, and thank you so much for being on
Thank
the show.
you guys for having me. This was so fun.
And if you are a Patreon member, we will have a top secret session coming up. It's patreon.com/LadyToLady. Go check it out. We have a new store with merch. We've got all this stuff going on over there. So go see us on that side for whatever nasty shit we're about to reveal on the top secret session.
Speaking of crimes, talk to you later. Bye bye.
Can't get enough of us? Subscribe to our Patreon for exclusive bonus content, access to our first 100 episodes, and more. Go to patreon.com/LadyToLady now to sign up. As little as $1 a month keeps a roof over the glam cave and keeps you laughing, even when your coworkers stare. That's patreon.com/LadyToLady.
And don't forget to follow us on social media. We're on Twitter and Instagram at Lady to Lady Comedy. Join our Facebook group, Lady to Lady Podcasts, to chat with other fans about episodes, or even post your own lady problems. Check out our website, ladytoladycomedy.com, for show notes, videos, and merch.
And follow our individual accounts, Babs Gray, Brandazzle, and Testify Barker for jokes and info and where you can see us perform live. And if you want to send us snacks, stickers, or a lock of your own hair, I don't know, whatever, our P.O. Box is 412-794, Los Angeles, California, 90041. And please, leave us a review on iTunes, but only if you like us.
We love you.
We love you.
Bye. Bye. Bye.